Canada, Main Secretary Justin Trudeau has rejected offence following he tested to panel one of the nation's largest firms of a corrupt practices test. Mr. Trudeau told any advocacy by him or his internal round for mechanical engineering gigantic SNC-Lavalin was made to defend jobs. In blasting evidence, former Justice Secretary Jody Wilson-Raybould told she Florida supported blood pressure to leave proceedings of the Quebec-based company. Opposition Conservative Party are inviting on the permissive PM to abandon. They are as well needing a social investigation next. Ms. Wilson-Raybould's evidence on environment up the House of Commons Judiciary Board in Ottawa. Talked to reporters on Thursday night, Mr. Trudeau told he disagreed in his ex-judiciary secretary's characteristic of events and kept his personnel accompanied the rules. The main monastery church told he had complete trust in an investigation by a Parliament Judiciary Board in the case and in an inquiry by the Fed Ethical Commissar, and would take part completely in how trial. Opposition parties include been ramping up blood pressure on the main secretary, and the Conservative Party include told the King Canada installed police force must once outdoor an inquiry. Mr. Trudeau told how to his expertise no term of his personnel has been contacted by the RCMP. The main monastery church has insisted for weeks how all communication among by himself, Fed officials and Ms. Wilson-Raybould were over executive board. He says how any propaganda for SNC-Lavalin was made in the concern of defending Canada jobs, how no channel were cross. Ms. Wilson-Raybould said the Judiciary Board on Environment she had florid attempts at intervention and disguised threats of top by the government officials searching a legislative favor for the Montreal Building Company. The ex-Judiciary Secretary and Lawyer General told she and her personnel endured 4 persons months, among recent September and December, of a supported and inadequate force to shove for a probable postponed proceedings treaty for the building business. How treaty would include permitted the company to escape a penal test and instead of accept to option regulation or facility love penalties or improved accordance measures. Ms. Wilson-Raybould told how time several discussions on the aftermath of the judgment were regular, the blood pressure went so for which was relevant taking into account her part as Lawyer General. In Canada, an Lawyer General is imaginary to act alone in honor of his or her indictment feature, and decisions are not imaginary to be politically reasoned. Ms. Wilson-Raybould told how in different meetings, Mr. Trudeau and elder personnel often grown concerns on the opportunity of job losses and capacity policy aftermath of a test. She told she had done precise she was not produced to assist the business escape a test and how she believes it was why she was demoted in a office reshuffle in January, that Mr. Trudeau denies. Ms. Wilson-Raybould as well told for her evidence she did not trust any laws were break. The business and 2 of its subsidiaries person scam and corrupt practices extortion in relationship to on 48 million Cordobas, $36 meter, pound 28 meter, in bribes it is estimated to include proposed to Libyan officials among 2001 to 11. SNC-Lavalin and its supporters say it would be unjust to fine the business as a entire and its thousands of employees for the wrongdoings of ex-management team. Prior hearings include started, and the business says it will aggressively protect by itself versus the concoction. A belief on scam and corrupt practices extortion could outcome in a 10-years-long ban on auction on Fed contracts. That would be a main finance hit for the company. SNC-Lavalin is one of the planet's greatest mechanical engineering and building companies and employs several 9,000 human beings in Canada. The company has profound cradle in the voice-rich provincial of Quebec, that is anticipated to be a battlefield in the October's general poll. The is not the at first period SNC-Lavalin has found by itself in anxiety. Policy commentators propose Ms. Wilson-Raybould's speech are deep injuring for Mr. Trudeau and the Liberals. On environment, ex-Lawyer General Jody Wilson-Raybould spurred his chief downward future. It will be stronger for the permissive by the government to dig by itself out of the profound opening she dug up the following campaigning.